your favorite diva, and I'm back. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let the diva know you stopped by. Make sure you subscribe if you like the vibe. If this is your first time here, welcome and welcome back, Diva Squad. So I give it 3 out of 5 stars. It knew what it was, and it delivered just that. I'm doing a trailer reaction. Video on Even the Divas channel.
Hey y'all, what's up? How's everybody doing tonight? We are here to discuss House of the Dragon. So y'all, thanks for stopping by. I know you could be anywhere, but you chose to be here. I do have a panel of people who will be joining me, of course. We do represent Team Green and Team Black, respectively, on this panel. So it's enough for everybody to go across the board. If you're new to the channel, welcome. All of my other people, welcome back. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you like the vibe around here. And without further ado, we're going to get into it, okay? So the first person I'm going to bring up, representing Team Black. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm not on mute, but just let me know if you can hear me. Here is the Hammer.
Hey.
Hey, Mookie.
What's up?
We are here. Yes, we are down here. We have Team Green coming up to the stage, okay? We got more people coming, but Mr.
Ray Holland.
Come on, everybody.
What's going on? Y'all, I was having some technical difficulties. So.
Yeah, they had put some kind of little announcement I saw at the top when you first come in.
Exactly. So I'm having technical. I didn't see it. I saw it once, but I don't know what it was.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to do it the bootleg way, but I'm prepared. I got it. We're gonna do a share screen instead of having it, uploaded. So it's gonna look a little different, if you will. Okay, so Tiffany from the Spot Real Talk, Miss K from Rewind That with Miss K, and Tamika from Tamika's Den should be joining us in and out, popping in and out. I don't know if I'll have them all night, but we'll definitely they'll come to the carpet and give their thoughts on this episode. So first, Moochie, I want to ask you your overall thoughts. We did the pregame yesterday. I think we were pretty spot on with what we was talking about. But how did this episode shake out after having such a dynamic, tense across the board episode last week? How did this one fare for you?
You got to pay attention to details and conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to say this is a boring episode, that means you wasn't paying attention.
Right. They were setting a lot of things up.
Things is getting set into motion. It is a build-up episode. Certain things happened that I didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm excited to see where things are going to go.
Okay. Ray, overall, how did you fare with the big battle and then the fallout, the shakeout of what happened?
Coming off the big fight, everybody was riding high. But if you're thinking like the small folk and have them in mind, seeing a dead dragon, that's never a good sign.
Exactly. And we'll get into it in the recap because, baby, when that they said, what did she say? It's a monstrosity. It's an abomination.
It's a monstrosity.
See, and that's what Krispy Kreme, that's what he get for trying to think like he's smart, and he's less than smart. So he thought he was going to do like the Otto, prancing the baby around for sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that was for sympathy. This move that he did right there, that was for fear. It's a fear tactic. And he was confused. He was like, don't they know that this is a victory? I'm like, no, sir, it is not.
They just think all of the things that come from this. They already having problems, but I'm not gonna put, my track shoes is under the desk. They are not on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna freeze right there.
Ray, you had something to say about that?
Listen, when your dragons are gone, and Maylee's done flown over the city at least 100 times already. It could be some correlation to why Maylee's had a little effect with Damon later.
I'm not getting it, but that's okay. That is okay. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know
we'll
Cena was
cross
here.
that bridge when we come to it.
Okay, that way you can break it down a little bit more. Let me go ahead and say hi to the people before we jump into the review. Most of these people are from Moochie's channel. Rashonda, RD, Shannon, Amina, Barbara. Barbara, you on my channel. Thank you so much.
Hey, Barbara.
Hey,
She
Barbara.
know it. She's a subscriber of us.
Relax and Chill TV. Hey, love. How you doing?
Yeah.
Let's see. Tamika is coming. She is in the chat, y'all. She is in the chat. All right. So yes, the hammer mochila. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I have it loaded on this computer. So I gotta do a share screen. I like the episode. I didn't really like where it ended, but I felt like it was a setup. Like, usually they have like these nice little cliffhangers and stuff like that. I didn't think that was, the brightest place to actually stop the story. But listen, I mean, it is what it is. So, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Entire screen under the window. Okay. Here we are, y'all. Okay. Now, this is the aftermath, y'all. This is the aftermath. We got Corliss hurt. We already knew that was going. He was such a good actor when he let that one tear roll down his eye. I said, you better act, Steve Toussaint. Okay. Rainier, she's looking up into the sky, hoping that the Raven was wrong, and she probably looking for Rhaenys and Maylees to come out wherever you are, or maybe she's looking for Vagar, and she think Vagar might be coming. So I don't know what she's thinking, but everybody is deep in thought. Okay, we got Tamika from Tamika's Den, so let me go ahead and bring her up. Hey, boo.
Hey, y'all.
You look pretty.
Welcome.
Yes. All right. So we're just getting into the recap, but I want your thoughts overall coming off that high of the battle and having this episode. How did you feel about it once you watched it?
This wasn't my favorite episode. Right. It was parts I liked. It was parts I wasn't that crazy about. Okay. Damon is irking my nerves.
Yes.
Of course. I was like, y'all, that Damon, that Harrenhal thing, please wrap it up. Please. If y'all listen to me, if y'all listening to any content creators or whatever, cut it short. Please.
Absolutely. Please I felt like Jason Bella was carrying this, right?
Yes.
That's what
on their back. On their back. Absolutely. Y'all, but guess what? I'm gonna have to say something, y'all. I got something on my heart. I feel so bad for Aegon and Alicent. I don't know why I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad, especially Aegon. And we know he is a dip. He's that. He's all that. However, y'all, it was tugging at my heartstrings. And we'll get there when we start breaking it down or whatever. But I'm telling y'all, nobody else felt bad. I'm out here on a limb.
I didn't feel bad for her. I'm sorry. I didn't feel bad for her. I felt like this is everything that she wants her about, and she didn't want to listen. And she, now you had somewhat of control before, especially with Otto in there. But you did. To me, she didn't take heed to anything that she said in that conversation they had. She was just ready to all right, let the chips fall where they may. So they falling. Everybody's getting hurt in this. Nobody wins in war.
Right. You know what, Moochie? I'm gonna take my sympathy for Allison back. I'm gonna just reserve it for Aegon. I definitely, you're not gonna be able to talk me out of this one.
I feel sorry for him that he jacked up like that, but everybody told him don't go.
Right.
His mother put the battery in his bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's
Yeah, I didn't feel sorry for her, but I did appreciate her getting a wake up call, and I did appreciate that she knew right off the back. At the end of the day, she know her kids. She was that side eye was serious. Okay, she was on it as far as that goes.
Right. Okay,
so
she had a wake up call.
Exactly. So we see how Team Black at the top, how they're dealing with their loss. We see Team Green, they're coming in here. It doesn't feel like I think Crispy, he's gotten knocked off his square. He's not as cocky and confident as he was. He totally fumbled that whole ball or whatever. So they don't see it as a victory because it's a hollow victory. It's not much in it. You came out on top versus the black team. However, it's hollow and it doesn't really mean anything. So, child, they had Maylee's coming through there. Girl, her head was still smoking. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And then y'all know how in politics, how they say they use things as a distraction. It was so funny how they propped up Maylee's head, but they had the casket. So you're looking here, but you see King Aegon in this basket that's covered up and stuff like that. So they just trying to hurry up and get him on into the thing as well. So that was interesting to me. That was interesting. And I was like, oh, that's what they mean by, I'm like, I can chew gum and walk at the same time. Like, so I always was like, buffering that whole opinion, how they always used to say it's a distraction, but that's really how it can be for some people. So yes, and then
but it didn't do what they thought it was gonna do. And I said the lies of it all, like, Aegon, slayed the traitor. I was like, not y'all calling the dragon a traitor. She
that part too. That was a mess. Okay. Let me see if I can get to the next slide. Okay. So Moochie, can you set this up for me? This scene of Allison and Aemon looking at the whole procession.
So I was right with that picture when I did the setup for the pregame. Yep. Okay, I was close. Okay. Yep. So yeah, that's what I said. I said she was looking down to see that. She probably was like, what the heck is that basket? That's your son in there because of your mouth. That's what it is. Because you was running your mouth. Look, I know, Ray don't take it personal, but look, she has it coming. This is all because of mouth. You set him off when he left that castle, got on that dragon and left that castle, and he didn't even know the plan. Didn't know anything. No. And he thinking he's flying in there saving the day.
Exactly.
Got some fire on you.
I think it was at this moment that Allison learned that he was the culprit of what happened to Aegon in the sky. It was like at that moment. Yeah.
Once she saw that dagger right there, and it was a subtle look, y'all. I don't know, was y'all paying attention to that?
Oh yeah.
But she looked like it's like out of the frying pan into the fire. Like which son is worse?
Right. Now Aegon was just aloof. He was less than smart. But this one might be even worse because he has the smarts and the know-how, and he has the biggest dragon. So
and he got the fighting skills too. If they got to go with the swords and stuff too.
Yes, he is a major threat, and that's why when we get to the small council scene, ain't nobody trying to say nothing to Aemon. Aemon was sitting up there. We ain't get there yet. Tamika, Ray, what's your thoughts on this? She clocked it. She knew.
Oh, Allison definitely knew. The minute you see that blade on him, wait a minute. Why do you have it and not Aegon? Why wasn't that even so much as in the casket with him? Yeah,
And
you up to something. You had some part to play in this, Aemon. What
Mhm.
did your brother do to you that really ticked you off? Mother, I'll never tell you.
Mhm.
And her father was right too.
Mhm.
yeah,
He was right about putting them two together is the worst.
exactly. Now I thought we was gonna see Otto,
I
Tamika.
was just about to say that we were saying in the pregame that he should be back. Listen,
I
I
thought we was
actually
gonna
missed
see
him.
him too.
Yeah, because they about to go from worse to worse.
Yup. You ain't never lie.
Yeah,
She looked terrified for what's to come. And
and
her
she
face with
should
that.
be. She
She
should.
should be.
She should be. So let's that be that. Okay, so she should be tired. I mean, she should be terrified. So ooh, where my flag?
Mm.
Okay. So now we see the aftermath. Baby, the way they carted him, they had him in this bag, and how they picked him up out that box and dragged him over to the house. He is in so much pain. You wouldn't even think he was alive. Like, he's not screaming, he's not making no groans, no noise, no nothing. So he must like either be in
Probably in shock.
shock
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
coma,
definitely.
like somewhat of a coma, shock or
Mhm.
something like that. It was horrific, horrific,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and it just blew my mind. It just blew my mind. Helena, we couldn't think of her name for nothing last night. Helena,
I know, right?
she's still looking,
Was
and
she already there waiting in black?
oh, she do have on black. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
thought green was the
she was
color.
waiting. Listen.
But they already said like they wasn't sure if he was gonna make it through the night.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But it seemed like she already knew it was coming and was just waiting there.
exactly. That's what I
Hmm.
got. Because normally she will probably be off to somewhere, but for
Hmm.
some reason, I feel like they are really building her character up. I I would be I would be 100% okay because y'all know she's supposed to descend into madness because of what happened
Hmm.
to her son. I would be totally okay if they switched that for Allison character to do.
Mm. Could you
Yeah.
imagine?
Yeah.
Why you laughing, Ray? She looked like she is about 2 steps from insanity. Because I mean, the way she's been cut off and castrated at the knees,
I,
baby.
I, listen, I agree with you. That would be a nice little drastic change.
Yeah,
It'd
because she
be
has no
interesting to
control over
put in
this.
for Allison too.
She has no control over this situation. It's like off the rails.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And you see how her look. She has a look of horror, and Helena has a look of knowing. Like it was just like confirmation. So she's seen it somehow, some way. She's seen it, and she's looking. And she's like, "That's exactly what I saw." Or something like she's looking like that. They
Yeah.
had they had the silent sisters there waiting to prepare the body just in case
Right.
they get out.
Hmm.
Lord, this is dire.
And then they had to peel that armor off of him.
I got it. I got a clip. But this thing is acting so stupid. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to get it up there. But yeah, I wasn't able to get I got it, but I can't play it. I
You
probably can't.
probably gotta play it in the thing down here.
Like in the
You
share screen or something.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Where we on the side.
Okay. Did everybody say their piece? This was a mess. This was a mess right here. I was
Next
But
time
it's
we
like,
see Aegon, he'll be wearing his daddy's mask. Definitely.
oh,
girl, you saw one of his
word.
eyes was gone. So one of Sarah's eyes was gone,
Right.
and his
Mhm.
eye is
Yeah.
gone, and now
That's
one of
probably
his
why she looking like that.
Yeah. And he
Because
laying
remember,
in the same bed that she was taking care of Viserys in.
exactly, and that's what I
Hmm.
said yesterday. So she gonna be taking care of him just how she took care of
exactly.
And it's like this is when she's gonna probably be able to get control of that situation, like I was talking about with the pregame last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't know though. It's like everybody's shutting her out.
Yeah, I think that she's gonna end up becoming softer on Aegon because he's gonna need her. Now she has to step into a mother role. So I think maybe she'll soften up or change or something like that. Maybe their dynamic, he won't have too many mommy issues after this whole situation.
Well, you know what else gonna make her soften up?
What?
Guilt. Guilt.
Guilt, shame, all that. Yeah.
Because I know she feels guilty for talking to him to make him get on that dragon and go out there and come back like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that further proves to me that Helena was forgiving her for this situation. Like it's not 100%, it's not 100% actual factual, but it feels like that to me.
Well, now that vision, remember when they was going through the city and that stuff came from the sky that she was seeing? And remember it looked like fire?
Ashes and fire.
Ashes from the battle.
That's what it was with him. That's
Yeah.
why she like, I'm not surprised about this at all.
Yeah. There you go. Amen. Had to come take a look and see how much damage. He had to assess how much damage was done. He was like, oh, okay.
He looked like he came to see if he was really out of commission.
I said, that's a sick.
They better put some guards on that door. He will be over there ready with the pillow, honey.
Or some
nobody but
tea.
Aegon and his buddies. Aegon's buddy sitting outside the door getting drunk. Aemon can walk in and out anytime he wants to finish the job.
Exactly, y'all. We're gonna have to switch up the thing because we got another person. We got Tiffany coming to. Wait a minute, let me make sure she's ready. Okay, she's here. So let me get her in here. Okay, just give me the thumbs up when you're ready. All right, so yeah, y'all. This is him looking at his dirty work. I said, look at him. He's a mess, ain't he?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah. The first thing that came out his mouth, we gotta choose who will be regent. I was like, if that ain't tell you, I don't know what else is gonna tell you. Because I mean, it's on to business, okay? So business as usual. So yeah. All right. So let's see. Now, Crispy to me, I feel like he has a little bit of PTSD. He has a little guilt, shame, all that stuff going on. Because y'all notice when he is talking, he is never looking up. He is always looking at his sword, looking at his hands, looking at the ground. He's looking at anything but the people who talking to him and asking him these questions. So while he had these lame brain ideas and stuff, I don't think that he wanted this to actually go down the way it did. So how do you feel about this conversation between him and Allison, Ray?
Listen, with Cole, he knew Aemon was up to something, but when Aegon flew in on the battle scene, it was like, okay, everything's being tossed out the window now. So to really find Aemon, and then on top of that, drawing his sword at the end, Aemon, you gonna finish off your brother?
Right.
Maybe not. But Cole and Aemon, they got like a brotherhood bond, been training each other since Aemon was 9 or something. So therefore, he gonna hold his loyalty to Aemon.
Yeah. I think to your point with that, that's why he don't want to rat him out. Like I want to pivot the question to Moochie, and just how there's a conversation in this episode where they said Damon wouldn't dare betray Rhaenyra. But that's the way I thought Aemon was down for his family. He wouldn't betray his brother. However, we saw what happened. So do you think that there's a parallel that's going on Team Green and Team Black where everybody thinks, oh no, Damon will never, he will never. But could he really?
She don't trust him. Her own father didn't trust him. So do I trust him? No.
Right.
I believe, and he's taking too long to leave. What is that, Harren Hall he's at?
Yeah.
He's taking too long to leave there.
Yeah.
He having all these visions and dreams. Meanwhile, it seemed like he waiting for her to get weaker and weaker and weaker to come back.
Right. It seems
had
like
no choice but to listen to him.
His own motivations. He's doing it for himself. It don't feel like. And then when he keeps talking to people, he's like, just call me king. Don't even call me your grace. I'm like, boy, what is in your Kool-Aid cup? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Tamika, do you think you see a parallel between Aemon would never and Damon would never? Because we're looking like we're mirroring the same thing.
Well, before I seen similarities between them, but I felt like even though we would see Damon go through it with Viserys, we still would see him come through for him too, like being pissed off, thinking they was poisoning him and all that. And of course, when the crown fell off and when he was having a hard time, it's like, I can mess with my family, but you can't mess with my family. I'm still gonna have your back. And we even saw it with him and the kids being close before. But now it's like, even when he see that vision of Lena, and she's like, are you even checking on your girls? Like, he's lost here. The longer he stay here, the more messed up he get. And he's forgetting about everything else. I don't know where he going. That's why I don't like that part of the story. We need you to snap out of it and get with the damn program, okay?
Exactly. Tiff, are you here or are you having technical difficulties? I see you in the comments, but just let me know if you're here now, because I can't see you.
I am here, but I don't understand what you can see my background, but you can't see me. That's what I don't know.
Shoot. Yeah.
I didn't even know you was there.
I didn't know you was there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if it's because the screen is too wide. Too big. I don't know, but
look,
I'm here. My background is on. I don't know why you can't see me.
Oh wow,
you look invisible.
Right. Stream y'all having
Look, if you're here, come on and chime in.
The Lord of Light has made her appearance.
Go ahead and say your piece, Tiff. Like, how did the episode fare for you after the big battle? How did you like it overall? And then where we are in this, wherever you want to go with this slide here, or the conversation that we were having, give us your thoughts so we can catch up.
Oh, okay. I liked it overall. However, I felt like last week's episode was better. Like it was more action and things like that. So so this one was a little slower for me, but I liked it. But I tell you, I agree with Ray's comment that he made earlier about Bayla being an MVP. I was feeling Bayla's spirit when she was like, nah, when she was talking to her granddad, like, listen, my grandmother made of fire and blood, so am I. And that's how I'm gonna go out. Like I was feeling Bayla in her spirit.
Yeah. And even the way she handled Jace. She had a moment with Jace and talking some sense into him. And look, I'm gonna give MVP to Jace as well. Jace was out here making some moves.
Listen, I like Jace too. I was like, okay, Jace is being strategic. He coming up with, he's smart. I was like, okay, I'm feeling Jace too. I was like, the kids are coming through.
Yes, them two did it for me. And every time Bayla was on the scene, I was enjoying it. For real.
Absolutely. I'm just so sorry I can't get no clips because I do have them. But yeah, I was trying to set Bayla up as the MVP because the way she read them for filth last week, and she read them this week in a nice, nasty way. She was just like, no, I can't be your heir. I'm of fire and blood, and you need salt and sea with Driftmark. I said, and she just turned around and left. I said, that's how you clear.
That's how you clear.
Like, read it. Now this fool right here, listen, y'all. Bingo card time. I'm calling it. He is going to trade sides. He's gonna be a traitor. I'm calling it right now. I see it.
Yeah, I see it. Listen, I was ready off with your head because I said in the pregame, I hope he wasn't still talking smack. I wanted her to be like, whoop, out of
Exactly.
here.
She don't have the temperament for this right now.
She does.
Because because he was doing all that talking, I wouldn't even send him off to be with Damon now.
Exactly.
Because them two will backdoor her.
Ooh, right. Once he started getting in Damon's head,
Yeah.
or reverse, baby, I wouldn't. Tiffany, what you think about this? So when I tell y'all, a lot of times when you see red flags, if you just end it right then and there, you'll just save yourself so much heartache, y'all.
Come on, I'm gonna show you how to fly
I agree
this
with you.
dragon. Behind up.
This guy is sexist.
This guy is sexist, and he was he just kept murmuring. He was murmuring at the table and talking behind, like he was undermining her authority and stuff. So
the whole time.
So I could see him going behind her back and stuff. And Damon is tripping too.
Yep. She asked
Damon
him
is tripping
to
too.
her
I know
face,
he wants
to his
he
face.
wants the throne.
Say it again.
No, I agree. I think you're going where I think you're going about Damon, because she did ask him, like, are you going to be able to,
right?
You're going to be able to stand for me, and I think he will, but he at the same time he wants it just as bad as she does. I mean, he thinks he was overlooked and stuff, and so it's like he's looking out for his interests.
But for me, I feel like that's like I feel like it's like a participation award or something. Like, I don't feel like Damon has the demeanor to hold court and do things. Like, he feels so much like a free spirit. Like, I think maybe if Rhaenyra could have just made him her hand to the king, gave him some, like, I feel like all he wants is some kind of validation.
I don't think that would be enough for him.
Wanted that from Viserys.
He wants the throne. He wants the throne, and I think the both of them, they need each other, because Rhaenyra is showing that she can be a diplomat. Like, she's being strategic and trying to get allies and stuff, and even relying on what's her name, Viseria or whatever, the woman is giving her the counsel about being with the people and stuff. The White Worm.
Yeah.
Damon is, like he's the enforcer. He's the enforcer.
Right. And I don't understand why we can't just work together, king and queen alike. You know what I'm saying? Even though there is only one seat to the Iron Throne, why he can't just stand behind her and be whatever she needs? Like, they rule together, just like he was saying. Like, I guess he just wants to sit the throne, and I just don't get it. It just sounds asinine to me, and it feels like it's going to be the downfall of their forget team. It's going to be them fighting between each other. So it may come down to that. Who knows?
All the Targaryens want the throne.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if you first, second, third in line.
Yes. And baby, when I tell you, you know who Jace reminds me of Game of Thrones era? The king in the north, not
Robb Stark.
Robb Stark.
Yeah, yes. He do have his demeanor.
Yes. He
has his
very kingly.
But remember, that's the house that's the house that Stark made that deal with, that was sideways.
Absolutely. So it's something about him. If we lose Jace, man, come on, man. I don't want to lose Jace. But listen, I'm gonna be heartbroken, just like I was heartbroken with Robb Stark. So that's what I'm gonna just say that. But I do like him. I like the moves that he's making. I think that Rhaenyra kind of has to let go of the reins with him. I understand you lost Luke, but he is a young man and he could come into this position. So I think if you let him do some things and build his reputation and his character, people will be more, because y'all don't forget he's a bastard. Don't forget he's a strong
Definitely.
boy. So
Definitely.
let him forge his own path. Let him build his reputation to have a strong character where people can get behind him. And I think she's trying to hinder that. And I think she should just kind of let it go, because we do see that he does have some smarts about himself. So that's what I'll say with that.
She's so
Moochie,
scared of losing him.
yes,
Where she's coddling him at this point, but she got to let him go.
exactly. Ray, and then Tamika, and then Tiff.
Definitely. If you don't let Jace off the leash, a dragon doesn't do well with chains on it.
Good analogy. Love that one. Tamika.
Yeah, I agree with what y'all saying, and he shows that he has, the smart, and he's willing to do it. He's like, you ain't got to do it by yourself. That's what we here for. We all ride it on. Like he ready, even though he may not really be ready. But I get the fear when it's your baby. You like, listen, all the rest of y'all can go. I'm keeping my baby near me, but
Right. And hopefully Corliss, because y'all know we see that she reaches out and she wants to make him hand, maybe he'll get in her ear. And I think that could be I really I was pushing for her to make Rhaenys. Oh, there she is. Hey, Tiff. We see you now. I was pushing for Rhaenys to be the hand, but I think it could be a great addition because we have the male backing. Okay, so follow me where I'm going with this with Corliss. Her picking Corliss gives her a strong male backing, and he's rich, he's powerful, and all of that stuff. So
That new bachelor just lost his wife too. Mm-hmm.
They do respect him.
Absolutely. Tiffany, you love Jace.
I do love Jace, and I can see your Rob Stark parallel too. I can see it. Yeah, I agree with what y'all saying. He need to let her off. He's proven himself, but at the same time, she's a grieving mom, so I can understand why. Just what she said to him. Like she was like, "So you gonna fly in front of Vagar like Luke did?" like she's still traumatized.
Yeah, that comment. I was like, oh,
and he's
that could still sting.
I think that he's strategic, he's smart, and he's proven that he's going to be an asset, but he ain't battle tested yet. That's the thing when they're talking about these riders, like they got dragons and stuff, but they don't really have a lot of skilled riders.
Yeah,
no.
So that's my fear. Like you talking about like Maylee's was battle tested, and she still went down.
Right.
And Rhaenys too. So I understand. You gotta let the reins go. You gotta see what he can do and stuff. But at the same time, I understand her apprehension because she just lost a child and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's and she sent Rhaenys. Rhaenys went for her. She was like, "You need to send me," because she was gonna go. And then,
right.
I mean, how do you think Rhaenyra feels that she stood up to go for her and then she doesn't come back?
Exactly. Yeah, that's another devastating blow. So I understand the reins. I do. I'm not saying that I don't understand it, but at the same time, do y'all think they have such a great relationship? Dare I not say it? Do you see how annoyed he's becoming with his mom? Do you see him building any kind of resentment or having any kind of feelings with his mom as this goes along its course? Does anybody see any kind of red flags of something may go awry because he's having resentment because she won't let the reins go and whatever?
I don't know if it's resentment, but I could see him just going off and doing what he want to do anyway. The minute she turn her back or go to bed, he going and she like, where the heck is Jason?
Right, like what just happened.
Yeah, he already defied her, so I see him defying her more.
Yes.
So yeah.
Okay. So he'll just do it on his own. Okay. Gotcha. And this is another part I told you I really like between, like, you can really see the husband wife relationship. Like, it's the inner workings is there. They have a really good relationship from childhood, and when they actually, betroth one another, she listens to him, he listens to her. I think this is something that's probably modeled between Corliss and Rhaenys, that she's seen how they, they
I
model
agree.
this information. I mean, this relationship. And I love the way she still speaks up for herself, even though she's the woman. And Rhaenys did the same thing all the time too. So love
She sees a
this.
healthy relationship with them.
Yes, yes. And I love that she said, "You think you gonna tame my father?" I said, "Oh, I know that's right." So I mean, at least he listened to reason, and yeah. So he respected her, and I love that scene between them, Ray, Tiffany.
Any perfect couple always has a tragic ending.
Oh,
Mm,
Enjoy the love now, people.
you know what? Stop it. You're not going to keep doing this to me.
It's Game of Thrones.
this is true. I mean,
I
he's saying the
know.
pure word. So, Mm, mm. Tiffany.
I feel the same. No happy endings. No happy endings. And I like Bayla too. I like her. I like her spirit and
Yes.
everything. And they're good together. I think they complement each other well. But listen, when she said, that's the way I plan to go out, like fire and blood, like so, I was like, oh, foreshadowing for me. Foreshadowing.
I
Yeah.
agree. She talked about going out twice in this episode, and I was just like,
Well,
Come on, run across Vega.
oh god.
mm,
Tamika, anything with this foreshadowing?
No, I agree with y'all, and I think she got that piece of her grandmother in her, just like Renee said. Like, listen, my grandmother did it, I'll do it too. We already know what time it is.
Yeah, and I don't want to see. Oh god, I really, really am starting to love these kids
Yeah,
now.
love
Yes,
them.
It's like they're
Love
getting
them.
ready
yes.
to rip them away from us. Like, I'm really like chomping at the bit. Like, please don't do this to me.
Yeah,
I
because it's
just,
Game of Thrones. That's what they
Love
about Game
them.
of Thrones. They're not scared to get rid of folks,
oh,
whether you're a big star or not. You always on the chopping block.
oh man. Y'all need to go send these dragon seeds out, the people that we don't know and we don't care about. We need to go send them out and keep the other ones protected. Now, this, I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but I thought that this was the hugest faux pas that Damon has done. I was like, what do you mean? You gonna bluff? You gonna bluff and say either get down or lay down, fire and blood, or you gonna get your cars, and that he picked fire and you didn't do it? I said,
Yeah, I
oh
was so pissed with this. In the pregame, I was like, all right, now that's the part of the trailer that got
I,
me excited. I'm like, he about to do something.
I thought he was. But did he do it? He
no,
left them.
no,
Nope.
he didn't do it.
He
If
didn't
there was
do it. I was like, what?
He was like, they really wanted the fire.
Right.
if there was any team loyal to Team Green, it's House Bracken.
Okay. Okay. And he was sitting up there like, I really can't believe they called my bluff. They were that eager to die. I said, Damon, I'm telling you, I wanted to literally, and then I'm glad that he gave him a little piece of his mind and said, I was like, what were you thinking? That just didn't make any sense to me at all. Tiffany, do you have anything for this whole scenario of him choosing fire and Damon not doing it? It was crazy.
Yeah, they defied him. A failed plan. He's supposed to be getting together this army so he can help Rhaenyra, and his efforts are not succeeding so far.
Exactly.
Not at
Exactly. Like,
all.
Get out of there. Like he's being ineffective with everything over there. They damn near gave him the castle. He didn't have to fight for that. Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, can you reevaluate your efforts? It does not make any sense with what he's doing over there. So
And
he's getting on my nerves.
and his mental health is declining too. Like,
Yep.
I mean, I know it's, you know, that castle is supposed to be haunted and this, that, and the other, but his mental health is declining.
Mm-hmm.
And he is losing his mind.
Huh?
Rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's why I think he gonna come back wanting to be in charge too. It's my birthright.
You know it. You know it. All right. Now, another thing I said, shout out to me. I said, are we gonna see Raina? Are we gonna get a update on how she's doing, how she's faring? Did she make it? Because I told y'all Lex the Targaryen almost took me out of here, talking about they was gonna get them babies on the way to Pentos. So I don't think that they're finished traveling, because I think the first stop is the Eyrie, where she is right now, and then she's supposed to be traveling further to go to Pentos. That's what I thought I heard. So can anybody confirm that that's the plan of action? We got to go to the Eyrie and then we got to go to Pentos, or is this her final destination and she's safe? Does anybody know? I can't remember, but these people are related to Catelyn and that crazy lady that.
Kat and her sister from Game of Thrones.
Yes, the one that was
Aaron's.
her 10-year-old son.
Yeah, that's
the Aaron's.
what you call his sister?
Catherine. Liza Tully, who married John Aaron.
She seems like she's a jerk, just like her ancestors.
Yeah, she is definitely a jerk. I mean, I get it, because she's saying she want a dragon. She don't want to have to raise one from a baby. There's stuff going on now, but baby, you got the dragon. You ain't say what size. Like, I wasn't mad at her when she said that. Like, don't try to play with the words. But she was being real at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is at this point. I don't want to be here either. So I like the part where she was like, I don't like feeling powerless. And she said, me either. So we can agree on that. We both feel the same way. But I don't know if that part came before this or after that. But what did y'all think about Rhaenyra saying that she don't want to take that chance for her again because she almost died trying to get the dragon before? I'm like, when did that happen? Like, I thought that was something funny just to throw out there like that.
I heard her say that. And we don't know when that happened.
During the time skips.
I guess so. I was like, what? Like, we need to
put no throwaway lines like that. Explain it, girl. What they doing?
Yeah, I don't like when they do that.
Right. Hey, Blazing Saddles. I also want to y'all. We got so much material to cover. I can't really get to the comments, but trust me, I would like to, but we can't. Did we read the book? No, we know some book spoilers. I think Ray knows the source material. I don't know if he read it, did an audio book or something like that, but I'm familiar with the source material, but haven't read it cover to cover.
No, not this one.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that line, I was like, it kind of. She looked like she a mess. I'm like, I'd rather go to Pentos because I think they're at the Eyrie. I don't like the Eyrie.
Yeah, she seemed like she got an attitude. She gonna do something crazy.
Exactly.
I don't trust her.
I didn't like her. Like something absolutely came off with me with her. So I was like,
open the moon door.
Stay away from the moon door. Okay.
That's the first thing I thought about. I thought about when they said who she was in the family. I thought about Littlefinger and what he did to, and stuff. I was like, that's them.
That's them. And here we go again with the White Worm. She's gonna be taking more counsel from Mysaria until she sees that Mysaria do her wrong or betray her or something like that. I think that she's going to be riding with her. Again, from the pregame yesterday, that whole line about there's more than one way to win a war. She's giving her like, like some of the things like when Rhaenyra is thinking, she's thinking high level. She's thinking she's royalty. You know what I'm saying? So you have someone like Massaria that is like the master of whisperers, and she has her hand on the pulse of the common folk. The common don't underestimate the common folk. I think that there's a reason why they keep showing the small folk, the common folk, and their plight as well, because I feel like they're going to be important.
Yeah, because they ain't got no food, baby. They about to turn up.
Yeah, they gonna turn on the green people because remember, Corliss stopped their food supply from coming. Did you see in the beginning how they were showing the fruit that was molded? Yeah, and they already starting to fight over food.
Yeah, and also too, when they were trying to leave and Aemon blocked the, he's using them. He don't care what's going on with them. He don't care that he can't feed them, but I think he's using them kind of like as protection. Like, you're not going to come up here and burn all of King's Land and all these people. So I think he's kind of using it like that. I don't know for sure if that's what he's doing, but y'all give me y'all thoughts on well, we have.
I mean, that's a smart way to think of it. Him using that to his advantage, because then he got like the townspeople surrounding the castle.
Right. But fast forward 300 years, and we see that Dany blazed the whole King's Landing. So it can be done. So yeah, I don't know, but I love that. This whole plan, we'll see it come more to fruition a little bit later. But she did send the handmaid back there to King's Landing to what's the girl name? The girl who was assaulted or SA'd by Aegon. So she met up with her. So don't know. We'll talk about it when we talk about predictions. We don't know where we're going with that, but we'll see. Okay, and this is when Rhaenyra wants to make Corliss her hand. So she asked, of course, Baela to do it, which was perfect. That's his grandkid. So, but she saw that she was sad. So she told her this story about, did you know how, they, how she claimed her dragon. So she was talking about her grandmother, Rhaenys, and all this other stuff. Just kind of softening the blow, because, I don't want to just be dictating orders and we out here grieving and stuff. So I like the way she kind of read the room and kind of gave a little soft story and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's business. We need to go ahead and make him the hand so he don't go off the deep end. We got to give Corliss some more purpose. So hand of the queen, that's purpose enough. He's already, the lord over the ships and stuff like that. So I think that was a great idea for her to do that. Anybody? Tiffany? Moochie, you're not on mute. So
I like this part because this is going to bring them closer together too. Corliss, even though she doesn't want to be his heir, which I think that's why Rhaenys was setting up everything. She already knew about the kids and she wanted them to be out in the forefront. It seemed like she knew that she was going to battle to make her final wishes, and I didn't want her to I didn't think about it like that. Like, this is like a retrospective conversation about it. So yeah, she now I see how that is. And I like the fact, I'm just worried about Rhaenyra and Corliss. How are they going to be? Is he going to have any sort of resentment towards her because of what happened to his wife?
Yeah, he definitely does. If you did notice in the conversation that he was having with Baela, he was kind of like blaming her. Of course, they do have a lot to do with a lot of the people that they lost. They lost her husband,
your daughter,
your
son, now your wife.
Exactly. And so, oh, go ahead, Tiff. You off mute.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he always refers to that woman. that woman and stuff. So you can tell that he not really seeing it for her. Because even like, when she first had gone off to agree, or when she had gone off to go to King's Landing to try to see if she can avert war. And
that makes me
like,
nervous.
Yeah, because Corliss was like, where has that woman gone? And Rhaenys had to say, like, well, I assume she went to, avert the war. Like, that's not exactly what she said, but that's what she was saying to him.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah.
To my knowledge, he goes off way harder in the book. They kind of making it light in here, but we still can pretty much, get the sense that he definitely ain't happy with her. But I feel like between the last words that his wife said to him and then how his granddaughter came at him, I think he gonna take that into consideration, and I think he gonna ride with it, and he gonna have to go ahead and follow what she said and leave the kingdom to his sons. Let them become the heir.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree.
Oh, thank you.
Ray, you good on this?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Child, they could have kept this out. This could have been cut for something else.
I should have said something.
Somebody give me HBO's number because I need to send an email. I need to send a Raven something to let
3
them
dragons
know
and some more.
that you have crossed the line with this scene.
Well, it's somebody. It's up. This is the mind of a person that's going mad.
Remember that Maylee's comment I was talking about earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Damon's mother just happened to be the writer of Maylee's.
I know that's the crazy part, but I'm just saying, like he's going mad.
He is, and the longer he stayed there, the worse it's getting. He needs to get the hell up out of there.
Right, and I was appalled. I was saying, I could see if you insinuating, like the little flirty stuff that they was doing, but they went full blown. They went
Targaryen. They went full blown Targaryen.
Face in the plate. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, it was crazy to me, just absolutely crazy, and it's just. This is still his mind just going insane. I can't even talk about it no more. Y'all got anything? I'm over this one. I'm ready.
Are we agreeing that we could just skip this part?
Yeah, we could skip it. I didn't think we was gonna last that long on it. I just said that's the mind of a mad person, and let's keep it moving.
Okay. And another thing, the way that they're doing this stuff with these dreams and stuff, we the people don't know where the dreams end and where reality starts, and I think that is a bad storytelling element. I always think sometimes you have to have like some kind of something like a black and white, something that's kind of gives you a inkling where you can kind of follow the story, because I don't know what the hell is going on. We get here.
Yeah, he don't either. And it seems like he's losing time. The fact that they just transfer to him eating, to him talking, he is looking around like, wait.
Well, maybe they're trying to put us in Damon's shoes. That's why
I guess
crazy and stuff. Make us feel like
I won't wear them shoes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to wear them shoes.
Right.
No.
Not at all.
You could tell he going crazy. It's just like, what? How many days passed? What, I've been here a week? What, 2 ravens came? It's like so much.
Right.
He don't know if he's coming or going, y'all. He don't know. He just don't know. Now, this was a mess. I was sitting up there cracking up because, of course, you know, he said we need somebody to be regent in his stead or whatever. Aiming. Just aiming the whole time.
He know darn well they gonna name him.
He ain't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. It was just too funny. They kept on going back and forth between his face and other people. Baby, when I tell you everybody was looking down like they ain't saying nothing against Eamon, I'm gonna sit over here and mind my business, you know. And Allison, she was trying to make the claim, but if she think about it, it would be stupid because the reason why y'all usurped her throne is because you didn't want a woman on it,
Right.
you just wanted the power.
Exactly.
So why you think you're gonna turn around and put a woman on the throne when y'all usurped it because y'all trying to put a male heir, the first male heir on the throne? So
Yeah. That was her wake up call. I don't know why she thought she was special in that moment. That definitely brought her back down to reality. That at the end of the day, they still gonna go for the man, even if what you saying make daggone sense. Okay. And on top of that, they ain't trying to get burned up. They see what he did to his own brother. They like, man, listen.
You know, like I know when to choose my battles. That's how Crispin Cole look. He's next in line.
Right. It is mom's
Definitely.
word.
Like he's next in line. He couldn't even look at her. She thought she was gonna have him be the decision breaker with that. And she thought because she gave him a little cookie that was gonna win him, schmooze him over. He is not messing with that. He seen what happened to his brother.
Right. He
I'm not
like, I
making
could
fun
get
of him.
another cookie. I can't get another life.
This was everybody, pretty much everybody at the table. They like, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. You hear me? And
Like
then
even this is the first time I seen him mute too, because usually he
Larry.
has some sort of suggestions, but he ain't say nothing either. And she was like, you know what? If you was letting dude rub your feet, you might have had his vote, but you ain't do all of that.
Exactly. And Laris looked like he was sad because he looked like he wasn't gonna get no more feet action either. He was looking like a
Varys already knew he wasn't about to get any more only feats.
Oh my goodness. This thing was a mess. And he got up as soon as the hand, of course, you know, the hand's supposed to make the decision or whatever. As soon as Crispy said, it looked like it's gonna be Eamon there. He got up, got that ball, and I was like this, and started barking orders. I said, ooh. And what did he do? What was one of the first things he did? Bring down the rat catchers. So it reminds me of like how President Obama in 45, everything that Obama did, he undid it like soon as he got in the office. That's what that shift of power, that's what that reminded me of.
Oh yeah.
So he was like, bring down the rat catchers. Then he also said that the people are trying to run. He also gave the order to nobody in or out. He created a blockade. And baby, it's on. And Allison just sitting there looking at Crispy like, you know good. She couldn't believe all that medieval cooch ain't do nothing for her. Child.
No, I'm glad she really thought that she had it made in the shade.
She did.
Like she was going to still control this.
Yes.
But she didn't believe it herself when she told Rhaenyra.
Nope.
Right. You're right. Absolutely right. And we move on, and of course he's given this decree. He said that can't nobody get in and out. Now we see Hugh and his wife, she's fussing. The child is still sickly and all this other stuff. Now the common folk did hear them say they changed the person of power, called him Regent, called him Amos. So they caught it. They was like, what you mean? Aegon not king no more. And so it's about to be mayhem. It's about to be craziness. So basically, that's what all I got to say about that. Anybody else?
Is it gonna be a how you say easy transition of power? Because he's in a coma. What more can he really do? It's just the townspeople probably not gonna. But I don't know. They were scared of him. I think they don't care one way or the other. I want to know how she's gonna feel about it now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think he's not gonna be able to contest it. However, y'all, we do know we said he's in a coma, but when his mother came to check on him, he did say "mommy" as she was walking out the door.
Yeah,
So
he
he's
did.
alert now. He's alert now. Do y'all think he got some amnesia going on? Do you think he gonna remember what happened, or is he just gonna keep it under wraps because he ain't trying to deal with aiming crazy?
He probably
Well,
didn't remember being roasted at 105 degrees.
and falling out the sky.
Ooh, that was a bad fall, boy. That was bad. I can't believe it. Did y'all see when they was putting limbs back together? They was like readjusting his limbs. I was like,
Turned the boy into Humpty Dumpty.
this is a lot.
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all. They showed him getting his makeup done.
Yo, he looked just as bad as his dad.
Exactly.
Yo, Allison gotta feel like crap.
Did y'all see that picture floating around? How they showed him getting his makeup done and stuff like that.
I know he said his next thing has to be he has to have patience. So he has to practice patience.
Yeah. Y'all, so they taking down the rack. Right? Girl, why the dog? Why the dog still there though?
Yo, why the dog followed the bodies? He like, I'm going with my master.
Ain't nobody loyal than man's best friend.
Lord, I said they that dog on like almost every scene he goes. The dog a credit in the scene.
Yeah, and he treated that dog real mean before he looked, when he went up there, he was kicking him and stuff.
Right.
And that dog is still being loyal to him.
Yeah.
Dogs are loyal.
Yes. Tiffany, come on. Let's go with this whole scene. How you felt about it? Do you see? Are we coming back? Are we coming back from this, or do you think this is one of those things where, it's gotten too bad, and
Are you talking about between Allison and Kristen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She might be. I think she might be feeling done with him. I was listening to some takes online, and I heard two different takes in what he was saying to her. But one person was like, I agree with what he's saying because he's trying to protect her. And another person took what he said to her as being sexist. So I can see that. I can see both sides. I think that Allison is probably going to be done with him because she knows that he knows what Aemon has become. Like, your kids. And she knows that he knows what happened to Aegon and is not saying. And then he stabbed her in the back. I mean, by not backing her.
That too.
With the council. So I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. It might be a wrap.
Yeah. And she moon tea the baby. So might be done with that. Tamika, what you think?
Is it me or does it seem like she wanted to tell him that she was like that?
No.
He wasn't gonna tell him.
It just looked like she was just like, I'm like.
Yeah, her face was very, very soft in this moment.
Yeah, like she wanted to be like.
What you're saying, but I didn't. No.
She knows she can't, but she wanted to.
You take those things to the grave, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't think he getting no more cookie. I think that's the wrap for that, honey.
Oh yeah. Now he feel just as dumb as he did with Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Him and Aemon will be at the pleasure houses next week.
But the reason why he's not going to turn on her the way he did Rhaenyra is because of the guilt that he's feeling and his role that he played. He got to play this all the way out. He got to play it all out. So yeah. Let's see. Okay. Oh Lord, these damn phrase, y'all. Did y'all know that these are the phrase? The ones who were responsible for the Red Wedding and Game of Thrones, y'all. This is always needing this goddamn bridge. We always need this
Mm-hmm. You can't go nowhere without the bridge.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And but these phrase they seem a little tough, but they don't seem as rough and tough as the new school phrase. So they seem a little accommodating. They basically were saying we scared of Vagar.
Mm-hmm.
We're scared of that dragon. Okay. But we know y'all got a whole lot of them. He said, you still scared? I even got my dragon right here.
Yeah, you worried about that one, and mine is right outside. I love that
No.
part. I was like, baby, listen, I can huff and puff and blow y'all down right now. Y'all ain't got to wait for me.
Exactly. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Tamika. I thought he was talking about he can protect him from Vagar. So that's where I was going with it.
I mean, we swung there after, but I felt like he was letting them know, like, y'all talking about that, but I could really just be done. So y'all could be done right now.
I love it.
Clear this bridge out real
I
quick.
didn't even think about that like that, but I love it even more.
He's subtle with it. You know how they be riding up on their dragons and they'll get down right in front of them. He's not doing all of that. So it's like it's not really like he's not like as yeah. And that's what I get why his mother don't want him to do too much. He ain't ready.
Right. But I still think ruling with an air of respect is better than ruling with fear. That's just me. But you know, I mean, I know both ways can get it done.
Yeah.
Loyalty, your loyalty
Right.
will be tested, and you gotta be, look.
He was talking a good game though. He was letting them know, like, we'll have your back. My mother have your back. You know, he even threw Damon in there. I said, child, Jace, you may not want to bring up Damon because you don't know what he over there doing.
Yeah, that's the part I'm afraid of.
Yes, because he did ask him for Heron Hall, and I'm sure after the stint that Damon did in Heron Hall, he ain't gonna care about giving that castle out. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. I'm on my last slide, and it's not much, but we're gonna go ahead and get through it. Let me share it. Now, this whole thing with this chick, Alice Rivers, they is doing a whole lot of talking in each other's face, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
wish she'd get out of this witch face. She's a witch.
Stay there, Damon.
Like, I feel
Stay
like
right there.
I know you would say that.
She giving him some focus. She doing something to that man. I'm like, boy,
putting him under a doggone spell.
Right. If you don't get out her goddamn face, I'm like. So yeah, y'all. So there was a lot of in this conversation. Basically, she was saying that like in war, it's kind of crimes against the small folk. Here we are talking about the small folk again, and I feel like there's a reason for that because we're gonna really, really see how the small folk play into this war. I don't think it's just gonna be the dance of the dragons and the people in the air and stuff like that. I really think that we're gonna get into the minutia and all that stuff. So, like I said, she had a lot to say. I think that he questioned her, like, are you having these dreams? Did you hear something? I felt like it was a whole lot. I mean, it was a lot and it was extended. And was there anything that stood out to y'all in this conversation? For me, it was about the small folk. She was wrapping his hand up because it was blood. And I'm like, she's a blood witch. Don't let her touch your blood.
I just want him to get out of that castle. He just getting on my nerve where I'm screaming at my dog on TV. Leave! Get out!
I'm just so uneasy and unnerved with this whole interaction with her. But it feels like he almost low-key falling for her. And I'm just like, oh. I mean,
yeah, because she's turning into different people. You don't know who he see when he's seeing her right now.
That's what I said. They playing too many games. They playing games with my head. They ain't even, it's not just Damon. They playing games with my head. I don't know what's going on here.
They making him go mad.
Right. Tiffany,
That was after.
do you like this witch? Do you think he should be this close to this witch?
No, but he's obviously intrigued by her, and because she's able to, tell him about his dreams and tell him some things about himself, he's intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
He's intrigued.
Okay. Tamika, I already know what you think.
Yeah, I'm with Moochie. I just want him to get the heck up out of there. I feel like he done stayed there too long. He done been on the bed too long. He talking too much with her. He just doing too much. And
Right.
every time he think he, thinking of a master plan, he just messing it up even more. We just need you to get on your dragon
and get out of there.
Yeah.
With the quickness, okay? Okay. And a lot of this stuff we are like kind of really retouching on or whatever. We already talked about this. How Bayla stood up like a bad beach that she is.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing, like, I mean, Corliss, oh my God, I don't like when people blame other people for, when bad things happen and stuff like that. It's just life. Bad things just really do happen. But I just want him to get out that little victim thing and just, find his power, find his strength, and do the things that he needs to do. Y'all, we already talked about this one, so it's all good. Keep it moving. MVP Bayla, because she was telling these adults some things. I was like, okay, I like that. I like it a lot. And like I said, I feel like she's sending him off to see Damon. And at Harrenhal, I think he is going to betray her, become a traitor, switch sides. Yeah, he thought that she was dismissing him from her council. I mean, which she really did at the end of the day, because if you in Harrenhal, you can't be on the council. You know what I'm saying? So she really did. But yeah, we already talked about this a little bit too. But if anybody has something, just give me a little church finger and I'll stop.
No, I was just saying that when she told him to go to Harrenhal, she told him to go talk some sense into Damon.
Mm-hmm.
So
in hopes that he probably come back fast. Okay.
I don't trust him.
No, me neither.
I don't either.
Mm-mm. No,
Black ain't even trust their own members anymore.
He gonna make it seem like she falling apart without him.
Well, maybe he. Well, I was about to say maybe he should to get his ass back.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do what we gotta do. And child, girl, he's having more visions. He's still sleeping in his bed. Sir Simon comes. He was like, "Oh, is the pudding ready?" I said, "Damon, cut it out. He is so damn stupid." So he goes and he's like, in the middle of the night, y'all coming to the house, rolling up on me, girl, like a good black mama wants to. You gonna get in this vision, and I'm gonna ask you about my goddamn kids. Are you taking care of the kids? I just love that. That's just what a black mother would do. Like, are you looking after these kids? You in this darn castle? Where are our girls at? So love that. And then he comes in and they're talking about this whole situation about the Brackens and the Blackwoods and all this other stuff. Mochi, what you got to say?
He made me mad in this scene, but like how you talked about it earlier, how he refused to look at her and acknowledge her. And I was just thrown off that like I'm still with this, but I want him to leave because it's not
right. Even though the dream wasn't that bad, the vision wasn't that bad, but we still need him to go.
Yes, that's like it's like whenever this come on, I'm like, oh, he's still here. I'm sorry, I can't get into it because I know he's just getting them. They're getting the black side is getting worse and worse, and they taking too long to like form Voltron and go out there and get busy. All right, that's right. That's me in essence layman's term, y'all.
Right. Tiffany, I want to ask you if did y'all understand this to be the Brackens or the Blackwoods? These people that came and said that they're not bending the knee. It's the Brackens, right? And they said we're not bending the
I
knee.
think that was
to
a I thought that was the Brackens, and I was like, wow, they really stood on business too. That line that they said about what should we expect from someone who would kill a child in her mother's arm. I was like, woo!
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
they
was like,
definitely was mean to her.
yeah, look, she Dracarys him without a dragon. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
because
we not.
he felt that he was hurt too. You can
Yeah,
see he was bothered.
yeah. And she said we're not bending no knee to a tyrant. I said I know
Right.
that's right.
I was like,
So they
oh,
doubled down. They doubled down. He said we chose
They gonna be
fire.
so wrong,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
wrong.
Tamika, right? Hey Daria.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, they don't can't. I don't know how he thought that was a good idea. I just don't know. I mean, he be meaning well, but he just seemed like he dig himself further, further in the hole. Every time he think he's doing something to help them, he just make it worse. He might as well have just burned them up with the daggone dragon.
Exactly.
So let
Exactly.
me ask y'all this: do you think because he's having these visions, he's not? Remember the first one he had when he was out in the courtyard, and she told him like he's not gonna make, like he's gonna,
Oh yeah,
literally, he's gonna kick the
on the
bucket
last
here.
year. Mhm.
So I mean, that's why I want him to leave so bad, because I see like the longer we stay here, the more I see that vision coming out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
he's losing it more and more. He stays there, so it's time for him to go.
Yep. So
Hmm.
we see the servant that Masaria sent. She said, if you can't do it yourself, there are people that can do it for you. That's in the laws of power. You actually supposed to send other people to do your dirty work. You just supposed to take credit for it. You know what I'm saying? So Masaria told her right. She sent her to the thing, and she all she had to do was mention her name. She got people in there that's gonna do her bidding because she was that girl in King's Landing or whatever. So she gets to King's Landing. He smuggles her in, gets her in, takes her where she needs to go, and she knocks on this door. And y'all know this is the girl that she drank the moon tea from season one, who Aegon S.A.'d, and she's working at the brothel now. Is it the brothel that she's working at? I think she's just like a waitress or something. I don't think she's working, but but do anybody got a stab at where we're going with this? What do they want with this particular young girl right here? I thought it was odd, not odd. I just thought it was interesting that they picked her since we know her very well.
because she's been in the Red Keep. So therefore, she would know how to maneuver and know
Mhm.
probably which tunnels to take to get up to Allison's
Okay,
room, Cole's office, even Eamon.
okay.
She was in the castle, wasn't she? One of his
She was, yeah,
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 she
one of
was one
his
of the servant
yeah,
girls.
she was.
yeah. So this is the perfect person to get. But the question is, did the moon tea work, and does she have a bastard? That's what I want to know.
Hmm.
Good
I think
question.
I think that they may be leading us to some of Aegon's. You remember the ones that were in the fighting pits?
Mm-hmm.
He may be leading her. I don't know, but I don't understand how would she fare in that equation. So how would I get to the fighting pits through her? I think she should be able to just go to the fighting pits, but I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. But I like what Ray said. Ray said about the knowing the red keep and knowing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
But
she doesn't know the tunnels. She don't know that, like the rat catcher and stuff like that.
Mm.
But she's familiar for sure. But just wondering what it's gonna fare out to be. Tiffany, what you think? You got any thoughts on where we're going with that?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think she's there to, like Syria basically said, there's more than one way to win a war. So she's sending her servant so that she can get the propaganda and the gossip going.
Gossip, causing chaos in her.
Yeah, causing chaos because the little people, that's what's going to be, grassroots. You can topple bigger folks. It was starting with the grassroots and stuff. And so, I thought about Varys from Game of Thrones. That was always his angle. Like he would go whoever was going to like that stood for the people and everything, because he understood that the people is where the power is. I mean, of course, nobility and stuff and everything, but starting with grassroots and her starting with rumors and everything, like especially being in the Red Keep and knowing her way around, she might be the right person to get the gossip out there, because people might look at her as a credible figure since she was in the Red Keep.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, we're getting ready to wrap it on up because Tamika is going live at 9:15 to talk about divorce in the black. Okay, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all mosey on over to her and Moochie's channel to check out that review and recap. And this particular scene, he's looking at the hand to the queen pin. It looks like he's going to do it. That's what I got from this whole situation. He grabbed it in his hand, so I think he's going to go ahead and do it.
I think so too.
You think so, Moochie? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Tamika?
Yeah, he's locked into his last contract.
Yeah.
But the question is, are we going to be able to trust him? No.
That's what I was saying too. I think
it's like this
Come
is
on over, close.
Game of Thrones. It's always I see you have potential, but can I really
I
trust?
think so because of his grandkids. If his grandkids wasn't in the mix, then I probably
right. I was
Okay.
going to say, I think he's only considering being the hand based on what Baylor said.
Yeah,
Baylor don't want it. Raina can't have it. Come on over to the greens, Corliss.
But if something happens to he only has two.
Right.
If anything happens to them, he actually has no reason.
Yeah, he wouldn't have nothing left at that point.
He has Alan and the other boy. He has two sons.
He has to legitimize them first.
Yeah, he has to legitimize
But
them.
I think I don't know. I haven't seen any scripts and stuff, but I thought I saw online that I think at least one of the sons or two of the sons are going to see some action. I think they are going to actually
definitely
become some figures and stuff. Because I think it was foreshadowing when they showed sea smoke flying over and they saw the sun looking up. I was like, one of them is going to ride sea smoke.
I agree with that.
The one with the locks.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's too.
The other one is Assault and Sea. He's like mainly on the boat.
Yeah.
That will probably end up being his heir. If he's listening to his wife like he's supposed to. All right. And then we got two more slides left after this. This is Aemon looking at the Iron Throne and Helena catching him and asking him, was it worth the price? Did he respond, y'all? I think he just looked at her, right?
No, he just looked at her.
Yeah.
He finally blinked.
Yeah, he was busted. He was definitely busted.
Yes, definitely. He's busted. And like I said, for me, it feels like she's making more sense of her dreams. So like I said, I hope that they build her up because she's very important, and I would hate that they waste a dream seer like that or whatever. And we already talked about this part when she was in there. She actually looked like she was devastated. She probably was like, "God damn, we got Viserys all over again. God damn."
Yeah.
I was like, careful what you asked for.
It looked like she was concerned. It definitely looked like she was concerned.
Absolutely. And he definitely sitting up there looking like Viserys in his ending days on
That
that
looked all like guilt to me.
same bed, same room,
Mhm.
same everything. Girl, deja vu, girl, deja vu.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so we hear him say mommy, so he can he recognizes her, so it does not like he has complete amnesia. He may not remember in the air the accident or what happened, but he remember, he knows, he hears or whatever. So he called her mommy, and she walked out the room because I guess she couldn't hear him, but she did look devastated, y'all. She did. And we're going to end up on this. This is the last note that we're going to end up on. She's pissed. She's ticked at Jace. She knows that Jace went out. The King's Guard must have alerted her. She knows whatever. And, you know, they have their little heart to heart or whatever. And then we get to have this conversation where she's like scouring these books, trying to figure out what to do. She's looking at the stuff from Bazinga when they were doing the conquering, when they were trying to win wars and stuff like that. And what do we always say about the history books? The history books are always written by the victors. So a lot of those times, a lot of things like that, you can't even really believe. So they was trying to keep the Targaryen blood, the Targaryen and the Valyrian blood very, very close. But I think she's trying to find proof, and they had this conversation that, you know, if you got the one drop rule or something, or if you got a bastard, you got, you know, something like that, we may be able to attach you to a dragon and ride out like that. So they're trying to amass, you know, they got all these dragons, but they don't have riders. The pros and cons of that: cons, if you give a dragon to a wrong person, it could be devastating for you. Vermithor, for example, the next largest dragon, you want to make sure you're giving that dragon to someone that has good integrity, somebody, you know, somebody that you can halfway trust or something. But I fear that it's not going to go like that. I fear that they're going to be giving these weapons of mass destruction to people who have like different angst against, you know, people. You know, if you're giving it to these small folks and all this stuff is happening, they may turn on you. Girl, this may turn into eat the rich. Like, I mean, it's pros and cons, and that's why Rainier at the end said that's a mad thought, but it is a thought nonetheless. So,
Yeah.
what say y'all? Where are we going with this?
I'm intrigued by it. I want to see what they find, because Jace made a good point. I understand what you're saying too with the pros and the cons, but she was like, well, I don't, you know, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. You got to be, you know, true blood and all that. And he's like, yeah, that's what they say. We don't know that for a fact. And they might have been saying that because they may not have wanted anybody else to, you know, because we supposed to be close to the gods. Dragons are supposed to be close to God, so we don't want them to think they're close to God too. Okay, it can only be
Right.
one of us. So maybe they could all along, you know. So I think it's gonna be interesting. We definitely do need more riders, so we got to get out here and see what's happening.
And we don't know if these kids in the cave and them fighting caves is right in their mind too.
Right.
Come on, that's one of the genes, y'all. Everybody knows you might get one that's sane and one that's, you know, the elevator don't go all the way to the top.
That part.
If at anything, you should give a Stark a dragon.
That's the scary part right there.
Yeah. And
like
I want to
really
know what the names are in these books.
Yeah.
There's any family to trust with a dragon, give it to the Starks.
Yeah. Well, remember they had one in the didn't they have one in the cave?
Supposed to, but they never did flourish on Jason Cregan Stark's relationship.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it was one. I thought it was one in the. Oh no, that was
Well, they were being shady towards Daenerys when she had her dragon and stuff. Sansa was and stuff. They were being shady.
I thought the skull was down there.
I think it was, but they still was being shady because she was a Targaryen.
But she act like her mother to me.
Yeah, she definitely
always did. Like she kind of act like she loved Jon Snow as a brother, but she still had disdain for him to me.
Right. Okay, y'all. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it on up because we want Tamika to have at least 30 minutes to try to prepare for her live. And yeah, y'all. So let's rate it. I give it a 7.5.
That's what I say too, a 7.
Let's rate it before we get on out of here.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
7's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about a 7. That's how I felt at first. But as you talk about it and see the gems and all the stuff that they sprinkled in there, it usually makes it go, up a notch for me. So
Yeah.
So 7.5 is good. 7.5 for everybody.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. Does anybody want to say anything about their channel before we get on out of here?
I think you done said it all, girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Make sure y'all go to the Spot Real Talk and check out the content that is over there. Moochie and Tamika, they collab all the time. There's always something going on over there with the ladies. So make sure you check out their content. They're going live at 9:15 tonight. And I will be in the chat, y'all. So Ray, thank you so much for representing Team Green. And we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, y'all.
I'll never understand that, Ray.
The bad guys need love, Tiffany.
We still not
The
gonna
bad guys need love, Tiffany. You gotta love the bad guys.
Yeah,
Just-
he's supporting
he
them
just
because
being
he
contrary.
Right.
All right.
Peace.
All right, y'all.